Oh God. Sorry, let me just... It's been a while, hasn't it? Hey, what's up? I'm Allie, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. So, today I figured the best way to do this and get back into the groove of things is to do an oldie but a goodie type of video, which is a book haul. I have acquired over 60 books in those 6 months. So I think it's time that we talk about them. Also, so that I can clear up, I have a cart, and the cart has been overflowing, so I think it's time that we get these out of the way so I can put them where they belong, which is on the shelves. Okay, anyway. Let's do this. Let's do this shit. Alright, let's start off with, I think, the books that I bought myself in some way, shape, or form. I acquired these with my own money. The first one I'm going to talk about is actually a new release to this year. It's the one I got most recently, but it's the Barnes & Noble edition of Sons of Darkness. I'm not going to lie, this is mostly a cover buy. I mean, I don't really know if I'm going to go through too much of the synopsises for these books. I do know that this is a fantasy world. We follow 3 different characters who have used, like, you know, not some great ways to get through life. Like, some of them are torturers, some of them are murderers, you know, whatever. And their lives are going to converge because there is a lot happening around this area where it's said that the Son of Darkness is going to spawn. And I think gods are also meddling in all the matters. And I've recently found that I really love fantasies where gods meddle. I like those. I like those a lot. So hopefully this is a good one. Hopefully this will continue to feed my fantasy needs. This is a box set. This is the Lies of Locke Lamore. This is, what is this called? It's like the Gentleman Bastard sequence series. I've heard such good things about this, and I'm really tempted to kind of do like a read along with these because I've heard such good things about them. They are an older fantasy series, and I feel like they're also like a necessary one. And that's all I know. I think it's pirate-based, maybe? Rogues and pirate-based is all I really know, and I've only heard good things, so I bought the box set of paperbacks, and I'll probably annotate the fuck out of these when I read them, and I'm very excited. Question that I would like you all to answer in the comments. When they come in a box set, do you keep the box? Give me your answer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but do I keep this box? I don't know. What should I do with this box? I saw this when I was book shopping recently, and it was Unfamiliar Volume 2. I read the first one. I thought it was really cute and enjoyable. I really like the art style of this as well. It is about this witch who wants to basically get rid of the ghost in her house, and in doing so, she tries to talk to other witches, and it becomes a story more about, like, the lives of all these other witches as well, and how she becomes intertwined with those, more so over the fact that she needs to get rid of the ghost in her house. It's pretty cute. I really like the art style. They're really quick reads, obviously. I have no clue where this edition of Little Women came from. It appeared in my car one day. Have I read Little Women? No, I have not. Did I need this super large version with illustration? Probably not. But maybe I anticipate that I might love it when I read it. But for right now, we have this mysterious copy that showed up in my car. Their graphic novel is Amulet. I picked this up. I think someone was getting rid of this, and so I snatched her up. And this is the first one. I've heard such good things. This is a middle grade series, and it is adventure. That's all I really know. Magic and adventure. And I do believe I own others in this series. But this one is in such good condition for one that someone was throwing out, so I had to have it. I picked up the Book of Gothel, which was also, my library was getting rid of this, and this is obviously like a Rapunzel retelling. Rapunzel retelling, but I believe it's told from the point of view of Mother Gothel. Or maybe it's like the origin of Mother Gothel? Yeah, everyone knows the story of Rapunzel, but do you know the story of the witch who puts her there? This is an interesting book that I got, and I've been obsessed with it since I got it, but is the Anti-Planner. This is not a planner at all. This is basically for those who have ADHD. I was diagnosed with ADHD last year, and this is kind of like how to get shit done when you're really struggling. And so it has these sections that are basically like, what is the problem? Like, why can't you do the things that you do? And then you switch to that. So let's say I'm just really feeling unmotivated. And it has like little sections of like, basically, what should you do in order to become motivated? Things like that. So I've been kind of like glancing at this from time to time, and I love that it's definitely written for people with ADHD, because it's like, you're probably going to forget about this book, and then you're going to remember this book, and you're going to be amazed that you remember this book. And that's how I feel. I do hate that it's spiral bound, and I really wish there was another version of this, because I really wanted my library to get this in, but they can't because it's spiral bound. And I think this would be a really useful tool for a lot of people in the world. I picked up the Writing Retreat. This was a release from last year that I was interested in. Basically, it is a mystery thriller about these writers who go to this retreat, and I believe that they then start going missing. Yep, one of the writers vanishes during a snowstorm. They realize something very sinister is afoot. I also picked up Boundless, and this is 20 voices celebrating multicultural, multiracial identities. And y'all know I love anthologies, love short stories, and I believe this is a collection of short stories celebrating just the diversity of voices in the world. So another one to add to the collection. My library was getting rid of some books, and so I went through some of them and grabbed some of them. This one's called West, and this is about a farmer who learns about like these bones of giants that have been found, and he decides to go out west and see for himself if there are these giants still roaming the world. He does leave behind his daughter though, and she is left to her own devices back at the farm and waiting for the letters of his adventures. I would probably go out west to look for bones of giants too, to be honest. Like, that seems like something I would probably do. Graphic novel series called Corgi. For those who don't know, I own a Corgi, and so I grabbed volume 1 and 3. For some reason, volume 2 was nowhere to be found amongst the pile of books that they were getting rid of, so maybe that one vanished over time. But we'll see if I enjoy these and if the volumes are worth fully owning, but if not, they look like they could be really cute. They look like they're middle grade, and they're probably just Corgi adventures, which anyone who owns a Corgi know that those can be plentiful. Also, Lies in the Dust. This is about the Salem witch trials, and this is also a graphic novel. I do believe this is a non-fiction graphic novel about the Salem witch trials, and this is middle grade, and I feel like this could also be like a good October read overall, just something to fill in with all the readathons. Honestly, I love reading all the things in October. It is when I feel the most inspired to put my eyes upon pages, or my ears to the narrators, whatever I'm feeling. Then we have The Shades, and this is about a family that is going through the process of grief after the daughter of the family was killed in an accident, and about this, the mother is kind of feeling aimless in life, and then this stranger appears one day claiming that she once lived in the house, and the mother and her create this very weird dynamic relationship of some sort, and things start to kind of spiral, and she realizes that there's more to this. Then, like, things are a little more connected than she thought. The last book that I picked up from the library that they were getting rid of was What Should Be Wild. I don't know what this is about. I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of a cover pickup, and it looks, the first word is cursed. Darkly funny, striking debut. The unusual young woman words. I love family curses with women. I love it. I eat that shit up. So, like, hopefully this will live up to that. I love when it's like a generational thing and you get to see the past and how things have woven together over time. So hopefully it is some of that. Minotaur takes a cigarette break. This is... This was a pick by Chris. Chris has requested that I read this. It was one of the rewards for the stream that we did, the charity stream that we did last year. And so I have it. It is literally, it's after the Minotaur has left the labyrinth and he just wants to live his life, you know, and you just take like a cigarette break. We have a nonfiction. This is The Mushroom at the End of the World. This is on the possibility of life in capitalist ruins. I am so intrigued. Got a special edition of If We Were Villains, my all-time favorite book. I think this is my 4th copy of fourth or fifth copy of If We Were Villains now. This is the Barnes & Noble paperback edition. I would say this is more of a mystery drama than it is a mystery thriller. It's only a group of students, but mostly Oliver. Oliver is just getting out of jail for the murder of his friend. And we are looking back during that time of this group of friends as they are doing Shakespearean plays in this artistic academy. And one of them is found dead. And we know that Oliver didn't do it, but he took the fall for it. And he is finally going to tell the truth about what happened in the drama. Amazing, fantastic. I love this book so much. I recently reread this and it still holds up, still my favorite book. I Hate Fairyland. This is one of my all-time favorite graphic novel series, and I thought the series was done. The fourth one was very disappointing. Now this is the fifth one, and I'm so interested to see how this series has ended up playing out. Why they revisited. I mean, I guess I kind of guess why they revisited, but I am so intrigued. I love this. This is about a girl who goes to Fairyland, but she's there a little bit too long, and now she is a grown woman in a kid's body, and she basically just murders the inhabitants of Fairyland because she doesn't want to be there. She's over their shit. But I love the juxtaposition of the blood and the guts and the dark matter against, like, the beautiful Candyland aspect. Picked up Spy Family. This is a manga because people rave about this, and also Shay told me, my bestie Shay told me I need to read it. So it was on sale for $4, so I bought it. Don't ask me anything about it. I know nothing, which is how I want to go into it. The books that I bought when I was in London, shopping with Gavin. We have The Salt Grows Heavy. I love Cassandra Claw's other book, Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which is an unpopular opinion, honestly. But I saw this one. It is signed by the author, which is why I felt I had to get it. A mermaid and a plague doctor companion escape into the eerie shadows of a wintry forest. Just doesn't make any sense at all, but I'm so excited. And then I felt I had to get this. This is Our Wives Under the Sea. I believe I saw Kayla from booksandlala raving about this at one point. And so I saw this, but then I saw this. And I said, yes, that is a necessity. It's a need. It's a need. Orange and green are some of my favorite colors, especially together. And so, yeah, I needed it. Don't know if this is a special edition or if this is just how the UK paperback is printed, to be honest. This is about a woman who returns from a failed deep sea adventure, and when she comes back, she's not quite herself, and her wife realizes that, like, something is up, and she's trying to dig deeper into, like, what happened down in the depths of the ocean. Quickly, I'm just going to go through some arcs that I got from when I went to, where did I go? PLA, Public Library Association? Is that where I went? I went somewhere. I got to see Jason Reynolds speak, and it was fantastic. He's amazing. And so I got some of his books at the event, and so we have Burned All the Bright. This is an absolute whomping, fantastic book. It's so heavy. It's mixed media, I believe, and it just can't wait. Ghost is one of them. And All American Boys. Most of it, as you can see, most of these have won medals. Also picked up Malgoth. This is a graphic novel. And again, these ones are arcs that I'm getting into that they were giving away at the event. Just ones that these have released at this point. June and The One and Only Now. Pride and Prejudice in Pittsburgh. A British Girl's Guide to Hurricanes and Heartbreak. If I don't end up getting to these, it will be fine because I know plenty of people who would like these. I was very excited about Their Vicious Games. Oh my god, how could I forget? I bought these too. These are they, who did these? Illumicrate maybe? Did Illumicrate do these? Or were these someone else? These are the Cruel Prince series. Listen, the Folk of the Air series, whatever. So I want to show you. I'm just going to show you one of these because they're just gorgeous. They're just stunning. They have the foiling. And they have illustrations on the inside. These are they're also, oh yeah, I forgot. They're also annotated by the author. spent probably more money on these than I should have. But I think they're gorgeous. I love this series, and I do think that they were worth it to me. Box. Okay, when we were talking about the boxes, this box is worth keeping, I feel like. I'm quickly losing light, everybody. Okay, we gotta move faster. About the gifts that I got, especially because, you know, Quimmas happened last month. This is what I got from my friend Andrew. He knows that I'm a big Chuck Palahniuk fan, and he went to a signing and actually got a book signed for me. It's Lullaby. Got a book signed for me. Personalized. And this is now one of my new prized possessions. Chuck Palahniuk is not for the faint of heart. It is not for everyone. I don't even enjoy a lot of his books, but something about him feels like he is a genius in writing. His books are on another level. I really have to be in the mood for them, but I love them for what they are. I shall hold this and keep it forever and ever and ever. I got a Prayer for the Crown Shy, Psalm for the Wild Built. This is a sequel. This is one of my all-time favorite series. It is what I would consider a cozy mystery novella series. I do believe there's only 2, just a duology, which is very upsetting because they are so good. I love these so much. It is about a monk who decides to go explore the wild and ends up coming across a robot. And the thing is that like humans and robots aren't really supposed to interact, but now they are. I also got the holiday edition of Fourth Wing, which is, I personally think this is better looking than the original, but you know, maybe I'm just biased. I'm gonna tell you what Fourth Wing is about because like if you haven't heard about what Fourth Wing is about, I'm just gonna assume that you've been logged out of the internet. I got some horror books for Christmas I'm really excited about. Dark Harvest, this is one of my favorite horror novellas. This is, oh, it's so good. Read it during the Halloween season especially because it is about this yearly tradition of the fact that there's like this scarecrow and the kids are supposed to go out and like find the scarecrow, but what you don't know is that like the scarecrow also murders people. And there's more to it than that. What I feel like is probably in a similar vein is Halloween Fiend, and this is also based around Halloween. On All Hallows Eve, this town has this ritual that they have to take place in because they do not want the tricks happening to them. So they offer up their treats because they do not want the tricks that come if they do not. Okay, I'm excited. I cannot believe it's in hardback as well. Hardback horror novella, and I think this is either indie or self-published. Okay. I got The Gathering Dark, which is a collection of stories. They're folk horror stories, and I love anthologies to just sit down and read like a story here and there. I think these are great to read throughout the year or throughout a month, and they just are, I feel like they can be really great palate cleansers depending on what you're looking for. So lessons, these are sci-fi fantasy horror stories, I believe it, like a collection, yes, dark sci-fi fantasy and horror anthology. So this is a collection of stories that are based around those. Laurel Hightower? I didn't know Laurel Hightower wrote a story in here. I will be reading immediately. Also, the good thing about these is that you don't have to read them in order if you don't want to. Also, one of my favorite books of last year, Mayfly. Absolutely love this book. I'm so happy to have a copy because I will be rereading this at some point to take some notes because this book was so good. Not for the faint of heart. This is extreme horror and it is crazy. It is about a magical place princess, because we can't use copyrighted words here, and she is also a serial killer. Volume 8. I did recently catch up on Saga, and now I need to get volumes 9, 10, and 11. And I'm all caught up, and oh my god, I don't even know how to ever explain this series other than it's like a sci-fi drama series. I'm in your seat, aren't I? I'm in your little seat. To the last group before the sun is totally gone today. On to the last group. We have my Fairy Loot and or book subscription books. I think I have the Everant subscription, Fairy Loot Fantasy for YA and adult. So I have a lot of those that have come over the past few months. I'm not going to go over any of the synopsises for these. They're all fantasy-based to some degree, so I'm just going to show them to you. Immortal Longings have started to bend, and I'm a little upset because that does mess with the printing on them. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but like, you can see where the pages don't line up anymore, so that's probably on me. Threads That Bind. One that I ordered because I have the first one in the series and enjoyed it. This is Never a Hero, which is the sequel to Only a Monster, so I wanted the other Fairy Loot edition of this to match. This might be an adult one. One of the adult ones, Bonesmith. She's kind of giving Gideon vibes. Oh, this one is gorgeous. Son of Blood and Ruin. Gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This one also, I love when they put as much effort into the nakedness. Sing Me to Sleep. Forged by Blood. I will say, I do not like the sprayed edges that have people on them. They just seem so cheesy to me anymore. If I Have to Be Haunted, this also has gorgeous. This one is so stunning. I think it's one of the newest ones. What the River Knows. Absolutely stunning. I love this. This is like, I love when there's like subtle designs on the side. But wait. The inside. And then the hardcover. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The Scarlet Alchemist. This was an adult one. This is the Feybound. This one also has a stunning Nike. The rest of the series in the Fairy Loot edition, so I decided to just get the third one so I could just complete the series. This one is A Curse for True Love. I don't know what it is about this particular series, but I think that they are stunning. Forest Grimm with some decent page spraying. Divine Rivals. I don't mind this one as much with the people. Still not my favorite. I don't mind this one as much though. Maybe because it's black and white and very simple. I do love the pages on this one. They're like little letters. I love the Nike book. However, I feel like we're losing too much light to show you just how shiny it is at this point. However, I don't like white books. I'm gonna get, y'all know, I got me some greasy fingers. That's just gonna be brown on the edges. Shanghai Immortal. A Curse of Saints. This one, I'm trying to think of what this cover reminds me of. Kind of like this one, because it is stylized enough that I feel like it's in a style that I enjoy, I guess is more of so what I'm trying to say. Love a good ombre. This is also very gorgeous with the dagger. He put a dagger on it. Sold. However, I wasn't really intrigued until I saw this. Curse of Saints. That inside cover, sold. Then we have one that's a little bit upsetting. This was a Fairy Loot. This came in their monthly subscription, and I'm a little confused by this because I kind of wish that this hadn't been a monthly subscription because it's the Cassandra Clare Swordcatcher book. I think this should have been just sold as a special edition on their store. Secondly, I hate this cover. I don't think I would have paid money for a special edition with this cover, to be honest. I hate this cover. They just threw 2 men on it and called it a day, and I don't care. I don't mind the sprayed edges. This is actually like upside down, I guess. Kind of weird. I don't mind that. I also don't care for like, this is fine. I think I would have rather this design, just like this, have been on the front. I hate these people. I hate them. If you were gonna add the people, it's fine. Put them on the inside of the dust jacket, but I don't like this. This is not an edition that I personally would have bought. Cassandra Clare is like, she's got her own fan base, and I feel like that isn't, like, if you're not already in her fan base, that would be a disappointing one to get in your, like, monthly subscription. For my books. Oh, shit. Oh, son of a shit. Her night subscription, which is the horror subscription that Illumicrate does. This is Last to Leave the Room. This cover is crazy. Oh, it's crazy. I love this. Look at these pages, though. This is so simple and so eerie. They did such a good job with this. I'm so excited. I really wish that this was more than I think it's like every 3 months. I so wish this was a monthly subscription. I haven't really been using my library the past few months because I haven't been reading a whole lot. So I've only checked out really 3 things in the past 6 months other than like digital content. The God of Endings is a vampire book, and I've been reading this over the past few months, and I'm slowly devouring it because it is a slower paced book, but I'm absolutely loving it. We follow a woman who she's a vampire, but it follows her throughout her whole life. Like, she's been around for a long time, and she's now in a situation where, like, weird things are happening to her, and like, we're going through the trauma that has existed throughout her life, and just like the buildup of like what's gonna happen next. Oh my god, I've been absolutely loving this. I feel like this is probably the more realistic portrayal of being a vampire. Like, she's not happy about this. Like, she's quite upset because she has had to experience all these terrible things. I feel like I'll probably end up buying that book for myself after I finish it, and I still love it by the time I finish it. I'll probably end up buying it because I've really been enjoying it. I picked up 2 graphic novels, Over My Dead Body, which I do believe is like a dark academia mystery. And again, it is a graphic novel, so I feel like that will be a fun read. And then The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich. Allison Pages had asked me to read this with her, and I don't know if we're still reading that or if she's already read it or not. But anyway, I'll be down. This is just like a cute, I believe a cute, like, romantic graphic novel, so. There's The Last of the Sun. It's gone. It's gone. We're now sitting mostly in the dark. So the books, I can't wait to put them on my shelves after I find room for them. And hey, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!